Punk rock, the genre that taught us to scream when no one's listening, duct tape our shoes back together, and tell the music industry exactly where it could shove it. And no band blurred that line between local gig and global stage quite like Green Day. Welcome back to Sounds of LA, my series where I dig into the venues, voices, and vinyl that shaped Los Angeles. But today we're taking a slight detour, up the coast, into the fog, and straight into Berkeley, because you cannot talk about the punk scene in LA without paying your respects to 924 Gilman Street, the anti-corporate, all-ages community-run venue that shaped California punk from the ground up. Founded in 1986, the Gilman isn't just a venue, it's a movement, a collective, a place where no one's too young, too broke, or too weird to matter. No booze, no assholes, and definitely no pay to play. You could get in just by sweeping the floor or stapling flyers. It's punk, not capitalism. And it was all on purpose. When the East Bay punk scene was getting violent and venues like Ruthie's getting out of control, Maximum Rock and Roll founder Tim Yonahan looked to open a venue that had no big egos, just music, community, and the radical notion that everyone deserved a stage. This was and is a place to scream, belong, and build something from scratch. It became the blueprint for punk spaces to open up down the coast, including LA's backyard venues and zine-fueled DIY scenes. And it launched some of the biggest names in American punk. Bands like Operation Ivy, Rancid, Jawbreaker, The Offspring, AFI, Yeasty Girls, Beatniks, Isocracy, and Soup all got their start on this low stage under buzzing fluorescence surrounded by hand-drawn flyers and sticker-covered walls. And then there's Green Day. Before they had Trey Cool as a drummer or even named Green Day, two rodeo boys named Billy Joe and Mike had Sweet Children, a band with an ever-evolving duo of drummers, and their teenage selves found community and inspiration at the Gilman. Originally denied a show by Tim, who said their sound was too poppy years earlier, they'd perform officially as Green Day May 28, 1989, opening for Operation Ivy's final show. When their drummer, John, formerly by Isocracy, decided to go to college, he introduced them to Trey, and well, we got the trio that would make up one of my favorite bands of all time. They played the Gilman once a month until signing with a major label, which meant they were no longer permitted to play the venue. Their final gig was September 6 of 1993, right before the release of Dookie, which catapulted them to superstardom, and is now one of only 13 records in history to have gone double diamond. Some punk purists called it selling out, but you know what Green Day did? They came back 21 years later, played secret shows, donated money, respected the space. They never forgot the Gilman, because the Gilman wasn't just a stepping stone, it was their origin story. The Gilman taught generations of punks not just how to play, but how to stand for something, including once physically running a group of white supremacist skinheads off the premises. That's the kind of place this is. And even now, in a world full of sponsored content and ticketing apps, this grungy, sticker-covered box in Berkeley is still doing the work, still run by volunteers, still giving voice to the outcast, still punk as hell. It may not be Los Angeles, but the Gilman is where California punk remembered its purpose and why it still matters.